And my colleagues Alok Pandey and Munideepa Banerjee joining us this morning. Alok, in Uttar Pradesh, of course, today the big battle of Rai Bareli, where Sonia Gandhi will be put to the test. Voters there, of course, her fate will be decided today from Rai Bareli.
Well, good morning, Bani. This is Anand Zanani and not Alok Pandey. But yes, you're right. Sonia Gandhi's fate will be decided in Rai Bareli today. And we are at a polling station in Rai Bareli where voters have begun to trickle in. I'll just ask my camera person to pan and show you the first few voters that are landing up at the Government Inter College in Rai Bareli. Historically, Rai Bareli has been a fairly one-sided contest ever since Sonia Gandhi decided to test electoral waters from here, and that was the year 2004. And her victory of margin in the last elections was fairly high. 72% of the votes, the electorate's votes over here, went to Sonia Gandhi. And Priyanka Gandhi has been hectically campaigning here. However, there are not very strong candidates against her. The BJP has fielded lawyer activist Ajay Agarwal against her. The Aam Aadmi Party has also fielded a local face. And in a political understanding between the Samajwadi Party and the Congress as a quid pro quo for not fielding candidates against Mulayam Singh and Dimple Yadav in Kannauj and Mainpuri, the Samajwadi Party has decided to not field anybody against Sonia Gandhi. So it is most definitely an interesting contest as always, but here essentially people talk about the fact that the victory of the margin of victory for Sonia Gandhi, so to speak, should not come down. But this is an electoral contest, and Indian politics is very unpredictable. And there is an anti-incumbency factor that is very much palpable here, and that is something that could play spoiler as far as these elections are concerned. So we'll have to wait and see how things pan out for Sonia Gandhi today.
Indeed, a big test for her. Ananta, thanks very much for joining us there from Rai Bareli this morning. Let's go across to Munideepa Banerjee. Uma Sudhir also joining us. Moni, if I could come to you first, you're in Sri Rampur. Now, the prominent candidates really are music director Bappi Lahiri, Kalyan Banerjee and Congress candidate Abdul Manan, among others. Take us through the big battle today really, and of course the key issues in that constituency.
Certainly, first of all, let my camera person pan and show you how many people have shown up early in the morning to cast their vote. I don't know, this is a West Bengal tradition. People cast votes in huge numbers. People queue up in huge numbers to cast their vote, and people have been here since before 6 o'clock in the morning waiting in line, and so that they can get in and do their duty first and get it over with. But also remember, Sri Rampur is where on Sunday Narendra Modi came in, and what he said has set off a huge war of words between the Trinamool and the BJP. So certainly the atmosphere here charged with excitement. There is a great lot of debate going on even in the lines as to what's going to happen in Sri Rampur this time, especially with a candidate as tarry as Bappi Lahiri, and also Kalyan Banerjee, who is a very prominent lawyer of the Trinamool Congress. Bappi Lahiri, of course, representing the BJP. So an exciting election for Sri Rampur. In fact, an exciting election in all the 9 constituencies that are going to the polls today. There are film stars, there are doctors, there are all kinds of people who are contesting, 87 of them in all across the 9 constituencies. One of the most sensitive constituencies is in Birbhum district. There is Birbhum and Bolpur in that district. It is sensitive. Election Commission keeping very close eye on it, and they have deployed something like 10,000 forces in that area. So there's also a sense of worry about what's going to happen in through the polling day. There is a concern about that. But let me first go across to some young voters that have come across over here. Bhai Sahab, आपका नाम?
मेरा नाम है रंजित नाथ।
आप क्या करते हैं?
मैं एक नौकरी में काम करता हूँ।
काम करते हैं आप?
हाँ।
तो आज आप जो वोट दे रहे हैं, किस लिए दे रहे हैं? क्या चाहते हैं आप नया सांसद से?
मैं नया सांसद से यही चाहूँगा कि नया सांसद और सरकार बहुत भी भले अच्छा हो, मैं यही चाहूँगा।
अच्छा हो, that's good. There's another young lady over here that I was talking to a little while ago. She is going to college, and I'd like you to just turn around a little bit towards us and tell us. आप बताएं कि आप पहली बार वोट दे रहे हैं?
जी हाँ।
कैसा लग रहा है? कैसा महसूस हो रहा है?
कुछ खास नहीं, बस पहली बार वोट देना है तो एक आशा है दिल में कि कुछ सरकार आए और कुछ नया करे।
नया करे माने आप कॉलेज में पढ़ते हैं, कुछ साल बाद आप जाइएगा नौकरी के खोज में, क्या उस बारे में सरकार कुछ कर सकती है? आप चाहेंगे?
हाँ, मैं चाहूँगी कि सरकार मतलब सिर्फ मैं नहीं, हर एक वो स्टूडेंट जो मेहनत करके पढ़ाई करके एक अच्छे नौकरी के तलाश में है, उन सबको नौकरी मिले। जो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करके नौकरी पाना चाहता है, उन सबको नौकरी मिले, एक अच्छा नौकरी मिले। और आजकल मतलब बहुत मुश्किल है ये नौकरी पाना, तो बस उन सब स्टूडेंट को भी मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी कि बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करें।
और पॉलिटिशियंस को क्या कहना चाहिएगा?
और पॉलिटिशियंस को और क्या कहूँ कि मतलब मैं रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ जो भी सरकार आए हमारे देश में, वो बस हम सब देश की भलाई करे।
मैं और एक चीज पूछूंगी, श्रीरामपुर में काफी स्टारी कॉन्टेस्ट है। एक तरफ है कल्याण बैनर्जी तृणमूल के जो बहुत प्रोमिनेंट लॉयर हैं, और दूसरी तरफ है बापी लाहिरी जो बहुत प्रोमिनेंट म्यूजिक कंपोजर हैं। कैसा रहा कैंपेनिंग? अच्छा था, एक्साइटिंग था?
हाँ, बहुत एक्साइटिंग था, मतलब बहुत सारे लोग थे, बहुत अच्छा लगा। अब
नरेंद्र मोदी भी आए थे?
हाँ, वो भी आए थे, बहुत अच्छा लगा। एक्साइटिंग था।
So it's been an exciting last few weeks for voters in Shriram-pur, and they are now going to cast that precious vote that they have in their power to decide who is going to represent their constituency next, and the bigger picture, of course, who is going to form government. Shriram-pur, the most prominent election here today, but also in the other 8 constituencies, lots of excitement, lots of starry candidates, lot of serious fights. In the last elections in 2009, of the 9 seats, the Trinamool had won 5, the CPM had 4. So for the CPM today, things have changed, and it's a do or die battle to try and retain what they have. For the Trinamool, a battle to try and make inroads. And finally, of course, for the new kid on the block in West Bengal, at least for the BJP, to also put its mark in this election on this day.
Monideepa, the enthusiasm there, terrific. It's just 10 minutes into polling and the long queues there in Shriram-pur. Thanks very much for joining us. Uma, let's go to you now. Telangana electing its first assembly today with representatives to parliament, 17 constituencies going to the polls there.
Yes, indeed. I'm here in Malkajgiri Lok Sabha constituency. Of course, Andhra Pradesh, as you mentioned, is voting both for the assembly as well as the parliament seats. Hardly 7:15, and you have long lines here. Also, because of the high temperatures that Hyderabad and the Telangana region tend to record at this time of the year. Also because Telangana, new state, is going to be formed on the 2nd of June, and we are electing 2 governments. So everyone certainly very anxious about the future. We are here in Malkajgiri, one of the biggest parliament constituencies in the country. In fact, the biggest, I'm told, with over 29 lakh voters. Very interesting contest here. We have the TDP BJP candidate is someone who runs 7 engineering colleges. We have a former IAS officer in the fray. We have a former DGP in the fray. We have traditional politicians as well. It has been a very, very long and bitter campaign because stakes are certainly high. The Congress and the TRS certainly hoping that it is the Telangana sentiment that will bring them through. But parties like the TDP, BJP, YSR Congress, and also some independents hoping that because this is the city, it is not so much the sentiment but ideas about promise of development, promise of jobs that's going to help them. So your comment to vote?
Yes.
You said there was some confusion.
I'm not able to locate where my booth is, what to do, how to do, and nobody is there to guide, and everything is in chaos. And we have come here early to say that we vote and go. But
how important is this election, you think, for Andhra Pradesh, for
Telangana? Very important, but very carelessly dealt.
So not very happy with the kind of arrangements, also because political parties have not been allowed to come in, unlike the usual practice of allowing those people to come in. The pitch that was being raised in the last few weeks, in fact, has been quite bitter. The language that has been used against each other by the candidates, very, very nasty exchanges that have been happening. I'm going to show you, ask Nagraj, my camera person, to pan and show you this entire queue. This is, people are still walking in, huge numbers are still walking in, and you have long lines already, and this particular booth itself has about half a dozen polling booths, and everywhere you can see very long lines of people coming in. So we can expect in Hyderabad traditionally, and just like perhaps other metros, the voting percentage is not very high. It's been only about 52% earlier, but this time we expect that the voting percentages could be much higher, because everyone does feel that the stakes are high and they are very anxious about the government which will take its place here in Hyderabad, both for here at the Hyderabad, the assembly, as well as at the center, because new states being formed and therefore futures at stake.
All right, Uma, history really being made there. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. We have Rohit with us now from Ahmedabad, where it's really a home test for the BJP's prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi, as all of Gujarat votes today. Rohit.
That's right, 26 Lok Sabha constituencies that are going to go to poll today. And in fact, I'm right outside one polling booth here in Ranit. This is Ahmedabad. This is where the BJP's prime ministerial candidate, Mr. Narendra Modi, is going to cast his vote. We've been told around 8. That's the time when he's supposed to arrive here and cast his vote. Now, this particular area falls in the Gandhinagar constituency, from where L.K. Advani, the senior party leader, is in fact contesting from here. A lot of political drama unfolded before Mr. Advani actually consented to contest from this particular constituency. And now you can see people have started turning up, because of the security consideration. We've not been able to cross to the other side, because the police has maintained a strict police cordon, which are not allowing the camera crews to go across to that polling booth because of security reasons. The BJP's prime ministerial candidate is going to come here. That's why heavy barricades have been really put up. A lot of police personnel have been deployed. But as far as the voters are concerned, in fact, in this particular booth, people have started turning up. In fact, we have one gentleman who has just turned up to file his vote, to cast his vote. बहुत लोग आ गए हैं, अभी 7 ही बज रहे हैं, तब भी आ रहे हैं, तो इतनी जल्दी वोट डाल रहे हैं।
6:30 से लाइन लगी है यहाँ पे, लोग वोट देने के लिए पूरा बहुत ही अवेयरनेस है यहाँ पे वोट देने के लिए, और स्पेशली नरेंद्र मोदी का एरिया है, तो पीपल आर सो एक्साइटेड कि उनको देखने मिलेगा, उनको आज देखने मिलेगा कि स्पेशली आज उनका दिन है, और वोट बीजेपी डेफिनेटली उसमें कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है।
जब आप वोट देने जाते हैं तो क्या क्या कंसिडरेशन रखते हैं वोट डालने से पहले, कैंडिडेट में क्या क्या चीजें देखते हैं?
कि वो तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम देखते हैं, लेकिन अभी तो एक ही माइंड सेट है कि वोट देना है तो बीजेपी को, सिर्फ नरेंद्र मोदी को।
So there you have, this is the BJP's stronghold. This is in effect a BJP bastion. That's why you have a lot of people who are actually talking about the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. In fact, to remember right through the campaign which Mr. Modi carried out in his home turf. In fact, a few days he spent crisscrossing the state, addressing rallies, and the card basically which he's tried to play out was the son of the soil card. The son of the soil could perhaps go on to become the prime minister of this country, and that's essentially what the BJP has been cashing in on. Unlike 2009, where issues revolved around the development agenda of the Gujarat Chief Minister. Now, this time around, though the BJP has been talking about governance, talking about the rapid strides which the state has taken, but it's essentially the issues remains to be who could perhaps be the next prime minister of this country, and that's what the entire campaign of the BJP revolved around. And in fact, the BJP has to do very well in this particular state because it's the home state of the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. Remember, in 2009, they had really suffered some losses. They just managed to win 15 of the 26 seats, despite a huge wave before that in the state assembly election. There was talk of BJP winning 20 out of 26 seats during that particular elections, but couldn't really do well. And at that time, perhaps it was the voting turnout, around 47 to 48%. That was the voter turnout in 2009. That had been cited as one of the reasons why the BJP couldn't do well. So this time, the BJP has tried to galvanize its party cadre, trying to bring out people to the polling booths. They do believe that higher the number of voters, higher the vote percentage, that must be again for the BJP and its prime ministerial candidate.
Indeed, Rohit, thanks very much for joining us from Ahmedabad today. Remember that all of Gujarat is voting today. We do have Alok and Ketki now joining us. Alok, you're in the Madhepura constituency where we're going to see a major political showdown between the JDU, Sharad Yadav and Pappu Yadav of the RJD, who's been fielded in place of Lalu Prasad Yadav.
Well, most certainly, Bani, good morning to you and to the PCR crew. But I think the most heartening aspect about any election, if you arrive at a polling booth early in the morning, are crowds like these. Now, we are at Madhepura, it's just about, 7:20 in the morning, but you have so many people who've all come out early in the morning to cast their vote. In fact, one or two of these gentlemen are very eager to show us their cards also. पूरा मधेपुरा इतनी सुबह कैसे उठ जाता है, पहले तो आप ये बताइए।
आज इलेक्शन का दिन है, इलेक्शन के दिन सोचता है सब जल्दी से देके निकल जाए और दूसरा काम भी लोगों को रहता है, इसलिए इलेक्शन देके अपना घर जाना।
आप सुबह सुबह वोट देने आए, सबसे बड़ा चुनावी मुद्दा आपके लिए क्या है, ये बताइए।
मेरा सबसे मधेपुरा जो विकास कर सके और स्टूडेंट पर ध्यान सके, वैसा संसद में हमको चुनना है इस बार।
आप क्या स्टूडेंट हैं?
जी सर।
क्या पढ़ते हैं?
अभी PhD कर रहा हूँ मैं।
PhD कर रहे हैं। आपके PhD के लिए यहाँ पे जितनी सहूलियत होनी चाहिए उतनी है, आपको लगता है और होना चाहिए?
अभी तो है, लेकिन कुछ और ज्यादा होना चाहिए हमारे ख्याल से। यूनिवर्सिटी का ध्यान देना चाहिए, ऐसा मेरा
विकास भी मुद्दा है यहाँ।
जी सर।
So there you have it, this gentleman telling us that development is his biggest poll issue here. But as you pointed out, Bani, a battle of two heavyweights, literally, figuratively. Pappu Yadav of the RJD contesting again this time against Sharad Yadav, who's the incumbent MP from the Janata Dal United. It's been a tough fight for Sharad. In fact, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, and last Manoj to give you some few shots as I speak. Nitish Kumar, the Bihar Chief Minister, has camped here for more than 10 days in a bid to ensure Sharad Yadav's victory here. Many are saying that Mr. Yadav, Sharad Yadav, is on a sticky wicket because this time around he has tough competition not only from Pappu Yadav of the RJD, who's been an MP here earlier, but also Vijay Singh Kushwaha. Mr. Vijay Singh Kushwaha is contesting from the Bharatiya Janata Party. His wife, Renu Kumari Kushwaha, was the Bihar Industries Minister till just a while ago, but now, of course, she has quit. Her husband contesting on a BJP ticket from here. So a tough battle here, but like I said, perhaps for me and for all of you who are sitting there in the studio, the most heartening aspect is that all these people have come out early in the morning to cast their vote. Not only are there men, but on the other side, you also have long lines of women who've come out early in the morning to cast their vote. And this is a trend that we hope will continue through the day in Madhepura and the other 6 constituencies that are polling today in Bihar.
All right, Alok, indeed, it is heartening to see so many people up and about so early. It's just 20 minutes into polling and you can see those long queues there in Madhepura, as we have been seeing in several constituencies this morning. Thanks very much, Alok, for joining us there. Well, let's go across to Ketki. She's now joining us from Amritsar in Punjab. Ketki, we've seen pictures of Arun Jaitley this morning at the Golden Temple. He's in the fray today. He's contesting from Amritsar against the Congress's Amrinder Singh.
Well, that's right. It's the clash of the titans here in Amritsar. Two heavyweights in the fray. And Captain Amrinder Singh is from Patiala, but he is contesting from Amritsar. Arun Jaitley, he's a veteran leader, but this is his Lok Sabha debut. So an interesting contest here in Amritsar. Also from the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Daljit Singh. Now he's an eye surgeon here, so a 3-way contest shaping up in Amritsar. But it's not just Amritsar. 13 seats in Punjab. Polling is taking place all across the state today. And over 37,000 first-time voters will also be taking part in this mammoth exercise. Now in Amritsar, we've talked about a lot of issues, but most of the election has completely been dominated by the heavy personalities that are actually contesting from here. So when Amritsar talks about, tourism and improvement in that, development, promises that are being made, whether, the problem of drugs in Punjab, that's been an election issue right through this entire election campaign. Now with, the BJP saying that it's coming from across the border, and the Congress claiming that, the state government here also have a role to play in it. There will be a few very important factors in this entire election for Punjab. While on the one hand, the centre has a 10-year anti-incumbency factor it will be worried about. The state government has been in power for 7 years. The state government is the alliance between the Shiromani Akali Dal and the BJP. So there is an anti-incumbency factor for both, and the contest is also being made interesting by the Aam Aadmi Party that has fielded candidates on all 13 seats, and in some cases they are, actually going to perhaps damage votes considerably, and in a way they could end up deciding who the winner is. So in Punjab, a very interesting contest is shaping up, Bani, and maybe not as much as what you're seeing in Madhepura or perhaps even in Andhra. The lines are not that long, but certainly people have started coming into the polling booths here to cast their vote, and it will be all eyes certainly have been on this constituency all the while, and that won't be any different on 16th either. Bani?